Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Halloween. Yep, today is October 31st of 2024. And all of that. And I'm going to finish off this month reviewing another Sony Pictures animation movie known as Hotel Transylvania 4. Now, I actually wanted to do this movie a couple days ago. I already watched it, but didn't get around to reviewing it. I've been trying to get the house straightened up and all that at home. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to that. And actually, I had a couple more Halloween videos planned, but I'm not going to get to those either. I will have one more I will do, but I'll have to probably do it when I get back home. So, yeah. But in this video, we're going to be reviewing Hotel Transylvania 4, Transylvania. This is the one I'll be reviewing in this video. So, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. I'm trying to get to 1K subs. If we get to 1K subs eventually, I will, like, give you guys a super reward video. I do have that still planned. But we still have a long ways to go, but I am grateful that people are subscribing to my channel and actually enjoying my content. But also you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I post things and all that occasionally. And all that, and without any further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this movie, because I think I'm pretty much done here. Oh, I will say this. I actually forgot to mention this. I totally forgot that my 2DS has my score system sound effect on it, so I don't have that, unfortunately. So I'll have to do that later. But that's alright. I can do it later and all that. So there will be no score sound effect for this. And then the Halloween video thing I wanted to do was a review, so that will have to be done probably when I get back. I could just wait to do it, but I kind of want to do it with the score system sound effects, so I may just wait till I go back home. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, so let's go ahead and talk about this. So yeah, now we got 4 Hotel Transylvania movies. And actually, this is supposed to be the final one. This is supposed to be the final one that was supposed to come out. And if you guys hear noises too, that's because I'm doing this outside. And I'm doing this by these blow-up things at my mom's house. So, yeah, that's what you guys are hearing. But, anywho, yeah, I was gonna say, though, that this is technically the 4th one. So they made 4 of these things. And I don't know, they say it's the final one, but is it going to be the final one? Because I think they were trying to end Toy Story, like, 2 times already, and now they're making a 5th one, too. So, are they actually is it actually going to be the finale? Or are they going to continue it on? Because they keep saying that, I don't know. But let's see here if this movie actually ends the franchise on a good note or not. So this movie is about, Johnny becoming a monster and Drac and his friends becoming humans, because Johnny doesn't feel like Drac, appreciates him and all that, and he doesn't, because he's human and all that, so he feels upset. And all that, because he doesn't feel like he fits in. And I'm already gonna say this movie is an absolute fucking dumpster fire. Yeah, I'm gonna say it, this movie is a fucking dumpster fire. It is a fucking just dumpster fire. It is just it's just poorly written and all that. It's basically they went Toy Story 4 with this. They had a good idea, like Toy Story 4 did, where they, make a cool concept and all that. Like, Toy Story 4 made, a character like Bo Peep and all that. They brought her back, which was a cool idea. But then they fuck with the characters' personalities and all that and make them unlikable assholes, and, they ruin it. And that's exactly what they freaking do here. Like Dracula is just freaking unlikable. He is just unlikable in this movie. I mean, he was not very, he had this unlikable, moments in the first 3 films, but he feels completely out of character and all that. Like, he doesn't trust, Johnny and all that with the hotel. I mean, to be fair, Johnny is kind of, bouncing all over the place and all that, like he's freaking had too much coffee or something, I mean, I can kind of understand that, but I'm like, I can't understand, why, I understand, why he might be a little nervous giving it to him, but he's basically retiring and all that, and he doesn't want to give the hotel to Johnny, because, well, he basically lies to him and tells him it's a human thing and all that. That only monsters can actually have the hotel, which is freaking bullshit. And they make it very predictable, like that Johnny's gonna turn himself into a monster, try to fit in and all that. The movie is just so freaking forgettable, and it's predictable at the same time. It's one of those. Like, it's just freaking one of those and all that, and I just freaking hate that, I just hate that, so much, and I hate that they, do this, but that's what they do. They basically, did that. They kind of just, turned Drac into an unlikable character and all that, and kind of ruined his character, thing with Johnny. Remember in the second movie, he sure had no problem trusting Johnny, there to, and yeah, Johnny was screwing it up, but I felt like they were very close and all that, and now they're just, they don't even feel like, they both feel like their characters are off. The rest of the characters, I will say, don't feel, too out of character, but, all that, but I just don't, but I feel like they kind of retcon a bunch of stuff and all that, and then they also retcon the whole thing where vampires can't be frozen. I mean, in the second movie as well, when they were at the dinner table, Drac froze everybody, including Mavis, to work with Johnny and all that, to plan, a fake monster thing to keep his father, which, by the way, he isn't in this movie. Yeah, for some reason, he's not in the movie at all. He's basically just absent. I'm not sure why. Maybe they couldn't get Mel Brooks or something, but I'm like... But I want to say that Dracula actually is not voiced by Adam Sandler, but a different voice actor. Yeah, he's actually not voiced by Adam Sandler, which is very surprising, because he voiced him in the other 3 films. You can kind of tell it's not him, but he does I will give the actor credit. He does a really good job. He does a very good job, voicing Drac. I actually wanted to put it as a fun fact, but I forgot to include it. But yeah, I was gonna say, though, yeah, he does a pretty good job there, but I just hate, though, how they written Dracula and how they retcon everything. It just freaking makes no sense at all. I mean, they can't hypnotize, well, other vampires, but I know they could have froze them or something, which I thought they should be able to at least hypnotize them, because I'm like, if they can erase their minds and all that, I figured maybe they could do that too, but I don't know, but this movie is just freaking so forgettable and all that, and I also hate how, they actually don't even have, there are a few characters, we get to see the Invisible Man and all that, and Wayne and Frankenstein and all that, we get to see all of them, as their human forms, but you don't get to see a lot of the other characters. Like, I feel like they could have included more characters, like maybe Drax's wife could have got transferred into a monster too or something. But I feel like they kind of didn't include a lot of that. It's just it kind of stinks. I don't really like that. And I do like there's actually a twist here, though, where actually, they actually do have a twist where, the monster part of the ray will actually, I mean, I can kind of get why they didn't do the human part, because I don't think they could really make him much more human. Unless maybe they made him forget who they were or something, I don't know. But I will say, though, they do make it where Johnny actually starts turning into more and more of a monster. And I will say his design's really cool, especially when he gets all huge and all that. He looks pretty cool. But I really do hate how they again make Dracula, unlikable for like the fourth time. Actually, I guess would it be the fourth? No, it'd be the third time, because the third movie they really didn't focus on that too much. But I just hate how they always gotta portray Drac as an unlikable asshole and all, and he has to keep learning his lesson and all that. And I just don't freaking care about it. It's just kind of annoying. But I just don't really care about that really at all. And I feel like when he does snap and turn and loses control, I feel like he's just more mad at Dracula and not really, his own monster. So again, I just hate how unlikable they make Dracula and how they always have everyone turn against him and all that. I mean, the second movie, he wasn't really even unlikable. Technically, Mavis was the one I didn't really care about. I liked her, but you know what I mean. I thought she was kind of a bit unlikable in the second movie. But I mean, he was kind of unlikable there too at some points. But they still made, it funny and made it work. Here it's just, they make him too unlikable and out of character. And like I said, I don't feel like he would have done this in the past. It's just freaking, they just destroyed the characters and all that, and I just don't know what else to really say. There's just not really a lot to really talk about with the characters and all that in this movie, and the movie in general. It's just freaking forgettable. I guess I will say this. I will say, a lot of people I heard don't care for the Invisible Man's design and all that, because people kind of complained about that. I will say, I don't think his design's really that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I feel like it's kind of, it's just a normal design, but, so I will say I don't think it's a bad design, but I will agree with other people in saying that this film is definitely a bad and definitely deserves a 9, point system. Yeah, it's pretty much like that. It's like Toy Story 4. They basically had a good idea and they totally ruined it. I feel like they could have gone off with a bang with this one. That's how Toy Story 4 was too. I felt like a lot of people say that they made too many movies and all that, and I will say that 4 movies is a lot, but I feel like they could have just made it, a lot. They could have made the movie, work by making the characters not unlikable, but they just feel out of character in both of these movies, these movies. So it feels like they're not even directed by the same people, I mean, this movie definitely doesn't feel like it's directed by the same person. I don't know if Adam Sandler directed these or not, or produced these movies. There was a writer who wrote other movies. I think he wrote, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the same guy who wrote the first 2 live-action Scooby-Doo movies and also Guardians of the Galaxy. So, you can kind of see the humor there. In a way, well, kind of. I mean, I haven't seen the Guardians of the Galaxy movies in a while, and all that, and I haven't seen the third one at all, but I do know that, the live-action Scooby-Doo movies, I've seen those, and, the writing doesn't even feel like it, but that just tells you how talented the writer's team can be. But yeah, this movie was definitely a huge letdown. I definitely did not like this movie. I think it was definitely the worst of them all. Now, I don't know if I would say it's the worst Sony movie I've ever seen. I mean, Sony so far has had some pretty bad movies, like some really bad ones, but I don't know. This one's still really bad, but I don't know if I would say it's the worst. But definitely not a great film. Definitely not a great one. I think it's definitely one of the worst, I think, in my opinion. And well, I actually I don't know if I'd say one of the worst, but definitely up there to being part of like the bad movies and all that Sony has made. I mean, Sony, like I said, has made plenty of bad ones. And actually, I need to work on. I think this weekend I'm gonna work on trying to like figure out, because I have to like write some notes down because I'm about to wrap this up. I think I'm gonna probably just skip Across the Spider-Verse, and also, well, I'm definitely skipping the Garfield movie, but I was gonna review both of them, but I'm like, I kind of want to wait, because, well, I don't know about Across the Spider-Verse, but I do know the other movie came out later, so, it came out this year, and I was already gonna be done with it, so, I mean, I'm kind of breaking the rules a little bit, but I don't actually have the DVDs right now, and I don't have access to the movies, because I don't have Netflix, so I'll be watching this later, because a lot of these movies are on Netflix, so, if you guys think you guys are alright with that, because, but, yeah, but yeah, it just really stinks, though. As I said, this movie's really bad and all that. Like, I feel like, again, it could have been very, very good and all that. I will say, before I do wrap it up, I will say, though, I did really like the crystal scene at the end, though. I thought it was very pretty when they were getting lost in the crystals and all that. Like, that looked very pretty. But everything else about the movie was so wasted and all that. And I feel like, yeah, 4 movies is kind of a lot. I mean, you can definitely see them repeating stuff, but, I mean, the third movie itself was not really the greatest. But I feel like if they didn't make the characters unlikable, maybe, like, Dracula actually was just ranting on about Johnny, like, how he used to like him, and maybe Johnny misheard him, and that would have made a lot more sense. I feel like that would have made it a lot better. I still don't think it made a great film, because I do think the rest of it's kind of forgettable too. But I would have made it a lot better, and probably at least watchable. But Dracula is just constantly, unlikable throughout the entire thing. And all that. And I hate too how he doesn't even listen to Johnny when Johnny's trying to warn him and all that. I guess it's enjoyable to watch him get his comeuppance, by getting hurt and all that. But like I said, it's not worth it, because I feel like, again, they make him too unlikable and they make him out of character. I'm not really sure why, like, Adam Sandler did not reprise his role, but everyone else kind of did. But I guess maybe he just got, maybe he had other things to do, I don't know. But I think this film was definitely supposed to come out in 2021, but I think they pushed it back, because that's like, I'm like, why did they push the film back? Like, why did they push it back? And I think they pushed it back because they were like we're gonna push it back because, why not, like, why not have a film come out in 2022 instead of having another one come out in 2021? Because they already had a bunch of them then, but they had the film complete and everything, but they pushed it back. And it was actually going to go to the theaters, but I think it just went straight to Amazon Prime. I don't remember if it went to the theaters or not, but I think it did definitely go to Amazon Prime and didn't go to the theaters, but I could be wrong. But I don't know, but the film, though, I said, like, it had potential, but like I said, they kind of ruined it. But I think I'm just kind of repeating myself at this point, so yeah, I kind of wish, though, I will say I kind of wish I was able to do more Halloween videos and all that, but I didn't have access to some of the shows. I'll explain that with my other Halloween review down the road, because it'll probably have to come a little bit later, but it's alright. But I will say this, that this film definitely is it's not the monsters or the fact that I'm recording this on Halloween night. That's the scary part. Is the fact, like I said, they had a good idea and completely threw it in the dumpster and ruined it. That's the scary part. But I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and just said let it go. I keep saying I'm gonna do it, and I'm not letting the video go, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I mean, if you guys like this film, that's fine, but I definitely did not like it. I think it was a horrible movie, but anywho, bye-bye.